Welcome back. We're coming into synchronization burn somewhere. 28 kilometers. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. How are we doing on fuel? Very little fuel in that stage, which is perfect. We are now doing a good orbit. If you notice, our only connection is to mission control. I did, while you weren't looking, open the dish. It's not talking to anything, but you notice it says it's operational because all the other satellites have active ship set on one of their dishes. So once I lose mission control, hopefully, normally I'll connect presumably to this one. Notice logically you'd stick a satellite there, which is straight above mission control. I put it slightly ahead. It helps the connection to rockets as if I take them off in a nominal direction. Might as well drop this stage, it's of no use. The only worry is that means we lose that dish. So what I need to do is to open this up. So I'll stage it properly. Looks better. Because if I eject this section, this stage, I lose communications with it. I lose that. That's it. Give up. Start again. What I need to do, so cool, is I need to start. Excuse the noise in the background, the dog eating. I need to fire up at least one of these satellites. Start activating its own antennas and things. Might as well do a very awkward beast. Activate. They're 32s. They give a 5,000 kilometer range, which is more than enough when these are orbiting at 2.1 million. I think I got my sums wrong there. 5. So now we have something working. A satellite communicating on the communications. I don't know what you'd call it, but the chain, the group, and all the antennas up. I can drop the backstage. Yes, I have a remote guidance unit in there. Haha, he says. Oh, I got the staging a bit wrong there. This is something I wasn't. I still, even today, haven't got used to with the anvil. This part here is a staging, will stage as well, which is this stage here. I don't actually want to stage it. I want to stage the next part, because then it leaves the remote guidance unit on here, which means I can possibly, I've got enough fuel to deorbit it. 40 meters per second, maybe not. Let's try it anyway. So, decouple. We're attached to the front. And use the back. Now I need to do it really quickly because it has no power. So actually I'm going to cheat. Stick it retrograde. I've lost control of it. Haha, I've lost control. No power. So the electric batteries went flat that quickly. Alright, we'll have to ignore it. Oh, where did we go? It's flying off somewhere. So it's target. No, oops, idiot. Switch to. Yes, I know I have a problem with my microphone. I'm trying to deal with it. It's getting a little bit on. I think it's got battered, knocked around, and probably a bit damp. So, what we'll do is we'll fast forward until we get the daylight. Lack of daylight. I always land. I'm always either taking off or in the night side, or landing the night side, or doing stuff night side. There we go. What I will do is to extend some of the panels. Obviously, because it's 3 probes and they're all identical. If I can't. I've got a panel extender here. I can't extend that one, which would be more logical. So I'll extend that side. Excuse the dog. Choking. So that will give us some electricity. Now this stage here, make sure I'm on the right motor, because I've been known to turn the wrong motors on at the wrong times. There we go. That gives me 1200 meters per second to delta V. We'll ignore the stage above it, which is 4000. It's actually for one rocket motor, one of these stages. It doesn't count the other two. So let's go to Minmus. Now I've just pressed the map key, M. As you can see, there's quite a pause between the very first time you change to a rocket and press M. No, it's sort of immediate there. When I press it now, it changes. The first time after changing to that rocket, it takes a fair bit of time. It takes 4 or 5 seconds. I can only put that down to RemoteTech. Can't blame it though. So, right, let's think about this. I haven't been in Minmus in so long. Is that Minmus? Yes. So that's target. I think, if I remember rightly, I need to be about there. It's been a long time. No, it's way too late, isn't it? Way too early. I think. So I need to. There's a lot going on there. That's the only problem. All this rocketry. Oops, what's happened there? Where'd I go? Frustration. There we go. Right. Going totally the wrong way there. Okay, let's start all this again. I'm getting this totally wrong. Right, I had to play around to refresh my knowledge of doing this. So, we've got to go out there. We've got an 897 meters per second delta V burn. We've got 1245 available in that stage. We're going to execute nodes, both of them. Oh, there's 2 nodes, of course. One's the get out there, one's the correct for the inclination, slight inclination difference that Minmus has with Kerbin. You may notice I'm using MakeJeb. I think that's acceptable. I can't see that you do everything by hand. Yes, it's you know, if you do everything by hand, you're well hard and cool and you're an internet spaceship flyer. You can't tell me that they do everything by hand. Real world. That's what computers are for. Now, my key thing, the burns are easy and automatic. All done by, let's just double check we've got the motor turned on. We actually, yes, there we go. Very pretty. Ooh, grief, Charlie Brown. We've done an orbit and a half. I thought that would have been long gone. Maybe I should drop that earlier, just before it comes into full orbit. What's that? That's more debris. Anyway, my important thing here is that I maintain communications with mission control via some satellite. I've got an awful lot of comms. I've got a light blue line which is disconnected to mission control. I've also got 2 of the lighter yellows, the very slightly tinted yellow, which is communications with other satellites via the omnidirectionals, which is fine. I've also got one going down here as well, so I'm connected quite a lot of ways. Very well connected here. I need to maintain that. I've lost something on the Monday before recently, last night, as you may have seen, just because I'd lost communications. So it's all important I keep communications. You may notice this rocket is not going anywhere because it's got very little thrust to weight ratio, 0.38. That's not going to get me off the deck, mainly because I've got so much fuel in the again, I'm around the dark side again. the thrust to weight ratio is pretty poor, mainly because I've got sort of like 12,000 delta V in these across these 3 probes, which I don't need, but it makes my life so much easier when I want to move them or take them home. We'll let this burn for a little bit longer. In fact, we'll come back to you once we get once we finish this burn. So we would do if I could turn the recorder off. Welcome back. Not much change really, apart from we're talking to different satellites. We just finished the first burn. We've got an hour and 4 minutes to go to the go to the correction burn. What's that? Man encounter. Go to the correction burn to correct the inclination, and then we get some sort of, there we go, mon periaps of, gee whiz, that's a big periaps. Maybe we'll have a, I wonder whether I can actually get a bit of a closer periapsis. This is probably going to go horribly wrong when I try and adjust it. Oops, yes, there we go, it went horribly wrong. Minmus periaps 500. Oh, right, let's just abort the execution. This is the problem, one negative with using MacJeb. Sometimes you can you should set all these things up before. God, I can't see that so close. You need to set the nodes up before you hit execute, or else it can all go a bit wrong. There we go. Oops, no we don't. Perhaps 500. Perhaps 300. No, that'll do. I've got enough fuel. I can adjust it later on. Lazy, I know, but meh. Now, I've never been out this far with these probes and with the dish. It's the main thing I'm worried about, which sticks me at 46 million Kelvin apsis, 46 million meters, which is 46 million kilometers. The range on these dish is 50 million. It's tight. It's something to be worried about. Thankfully, it's a circular orbit, which means I won't suddenly go out of range. Kind of didn't think about it before I launched, because I thought I had the perfect probes, and I do for local stuff. I'm pushing it at Minmus. So now I'll get a connection, because it's not like real world where it's about 46 million or 50 million. It should be exactly 50 million. And as I have probes coming out here, it's a little bit closer, like 2,000 kilometers closer, which is actually nothing when you think we're talking 50 million. Anyway, we'll battle on. So we've got not much to do. Hey, look, we'll use the alarm clock. I love the alarm clock, brilliant product. 2 days. I'll come back to you when we get a bit closer. We've moved closer to the leaving the Kerbin sphere, or entering Minmus's sphere of influence, and you notice I've got a problem here. No connection. But strangely, I've actually lost the Minmus. I don't know, something burnt the wrong way. Could be a multitude of things. I wasn't paying attention. My bad. But I can't talk to nothing. It's kind of annoying, really. But I'm on a return trajectory. So what I'm just wondering is whether I can get to work out quite what happened there, because some of these satellites out here should be 11, so that's still 35 million kilometers. Let's go to the Mun. So let's go to one of the geosats the old-fashioned way. But I should be able to. I think my problem is I've lost connection. But I think my real problem is I've lost connection because of the distance of some things. So Mun Geosats, try and find the first one out, which is Geosat 2. Assuming that one of those antennas is set to active ship, I have a problem. There's only 3 antennas out. That was active vessel. Yeah, there you go, straight away. Mission control, Mun Geosat 2. There should be no reason. Let's check this one can talk. Yes, it's talking directly to. Okay, it's not talking directly. Mun Geosat 2 is talking directly to mission control 2. Mission control. So there should be. Where are you? There you are. Reprobe launcher, switch to. Should be no reason why I can't talk to it. But there should be no reason why I can't talk to it, but I have no connection whatsoever. It's a bit frustrating. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to set that to. Oh, crikey, which one was I talking to? Geosat 2 was it? Hey, what's going on there? Crikey, so we got back home. That's interesting. Active ship doesn't have massive range, possibly, or maybe it only works over the omnidirectional antennas. I've now gained control of my ship again. No, I've not. Yes, I have. Yeah, green, still connection. Sometimes the lines disappear. But for some reason, during that burn out here, I'm actually. Oh, I didn't. It almost like it didn't burn down. But I don't think this is going to get around in time. By the time I know I'm going to slow down when I'm here. Look, I'm doing 110 meters per second, 101 meters per second, which is nothing. But I don't actually think. What's going on now? Gee whiz, can I move it? Yes. I don't actually think that. Is the node still back there or something? No, it's not. That's just a. Ooh, look, I get a Mun encounter. It's almost like it didn't burn down. Or it did, but it didn't burn enough. I know why. No, I don't. We've still got fuel in that. So we'll do a little prograde burn. No, is that going to help? Something's not right though. We'll go back to the Space Center and reload the ship. I don't know, is it just me? Does everybody else have this problem? Sometimes you lose control of a ship. Of course, it makes it worse now that I'm using this add-on. Please wait. So you can lose control of the ships through multiple ways now. You can just built into Kerbal Space Program. Sometimes lose control. Sometimes I think it's that one I want. No. Sometimes you lose connection based on the range of the satellites, as I just did this. But you notice I was able to change the way the satellites are talking, even though I had no communications. Theoretically, I had no way of controlling this until I set that comm satellite to talk to something. Again, we wait for the change to the map. Alright, let's see what we can see. So, we're up here, we're quite a long way up. But I need to I don't think I have any form of control over this ship. Yes, I do. But how do I burn down? Because you notice I can set a menu point there, but I can't set a menu point here. It's all getting a bit Pete Tong, isn't it? Right, let's So if we can't break that mun, there we go. I don't know what I was worrying about then. Now I can set maneuver node. So let's try and trim that interception a little bit. So 700. Oops, too far. 600. We go down a little bit. Down a little bit more. Whoops, too much. There's 500. We'll pull it. No, not. God. Pull it that way. Push it that way. Do this. Do that. Oh, there we go. We're coming in. No, we're not. Quite enjoy messing with the maneuver nodes, but they can get a little. Ooh, 35 kilometers around the Minmus. That's almost too close. And that's a burn of 12.5 meters per second. God, execute next node, go. Splendid. Now, just to be on the safe side, who am I talking to? Because I don't want to lose communications again. Comsat 2. Comsat 2 is goes round and round. So if I'm smart, I will add an alarm so it'll recreate the. It's one thing that the Kerbal alarm clock does. I've got the maneuver node here. If I change my focus to a different satellite, alright, hang on, we don't want to do this. If I change the focus to a different satellite, I will lose a maneuver node. If I program it into a Kerbal alarm clock, even though I've moved away, which I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to that satellite. It'll bring back the maneuver node, which is brilliant because I haven't got to redo it. What I'm going to do is just very quickly use one of these dishes that's maybe not in use, or the active ship or something. Out of power? You're kidding me. I won't be using that satellite. Where's the... Oh, I can rotate. Ha 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 ha. Alright, it's coming back up. That's amazing. I've never seen one of those out of power. So, Comsat 2, Munsat 2, Munsat 1, active vessel. I'm going to change the active vessel to the ship that I'm messing with at the moment. I'll double check that's no. Now we're pointing that dish at the 3 probe launcher. Switch to bomb. Wait for it to reload. I've got too many add-ons. I need to open up another one of these. Ding. Activate. Oh God, who was it? Was it 5? Excuse me. Where is it? I press M. No target. My mouse is getting jumpy now. I think my computer's doing something. Sorry, saving a rather large video. Do save these at full size. Geosat 5. Geosat. Yeah, Geosat 5. Check the map, and I should have 2 connections. There we go. I was worried that this one on the equator orb was going to go around the back, and I was going to lose connection. So I'm using another one while I'm at it. And Periaps has moved again. Minmus Periaps has moved again. I don't care. I'm taking it. Oh, we missed the burn, didn't we? No, we haven't done the burn yet. We've got 7 minutes to go. So we click on this. Damn, what did I do there? Restore the maneuver node and execute the next maneuver. So now I'm not worried about losing connections. communications with the thing, because Geosat 5 goes spinning around there. Geosat 2 is an orbital one. See, there we go. Alarm clock saying you've got a minute to go. It's saying your node is already there. That's good. So, we just kind of wait for it to burn, really. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn for 12 meters per second. In it comes. Bit more, bit more, bit more. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Da, 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 da. Job done. I've got one problem. I'm a tiny bit worried that this is going to come around the back of Minmus and hide me from. I know it's going to be in contact. I'll burn there, and I'll try and get an equatorial burn. You know, equatorial. As long as I'm in orbits, I don't care if I lose connection. I can lose. It'll allow me a few minutes anyway, because he's a tiny little rock. So, alarm clock. God. Sphere of influence. Gosh, 16 hours. Fast forward. Back in a minute. We'll do a little fast forwarding with everything running. As you can see, we're staying in communications. We just dropped one, picked it back up. Distance. I presume this is distance up in the top right. Oh, but I don't know. What's that do? Still don't know what that does. Sphere of influence change. So we're about to get dragged in by Minmus. So we'll just fast forward a tiny bit so we're actually inside it. 40 seconds, 30 seconds, speeds 10, 5, back down to normal speed, maybe a touch more. Right. Ooh. So over 38 kilometers. But that's going to be going pretty bloody rapidly, I reckon. That's a vicious old turnaround Minmus. I'm actually going to start braking, at a guess, somewhat early. I wonder how much delta V I have left. 250, more than enough. I'm actually going to do, I've never done this before, so you'll have to bear with me, but I'm going to do a double bubble. Hey, oh, goose truth. A double burn around Minmus to try and actually I don't need to, because we're not actually using. I thought it was going to be high, a lot of delta V, but it's not going to be. So we will do a circularizer burn at periapse. So circularize periapsis, create node, ticketing 154 meters. There we go. We got 250. Computer will do it all. I don't like that. It ain't that much. I can tell you that. It's 44 seconds. Okay. Fine. Execute node. Then I need to get it level on the same plane with the rest of the world, rest of Kerbin. We'll worry about that in a second. Well, we're going to have to, because we're going to have to get ourselves within orbit first. That's the priority. Even if the current launcher doesn't have delta V to be able to, it's going to be, doesn't have the delta V to be able to get us on a equatorial orbit. We just drop the probes and do it. The only negative to the system is a lot quicker. Obviously, I can launch 3 probes at a time, but this is really actually annoying. This section stays as debris. Oh shit! That's the negative for using mech chips sometimes. And that's actually probably the first time I've ever done that. Sometimes you hit shit. I wonder why, and I didn't save it. Okay, that's my own fault. I wonder why though. because it all looked okay. And the computer's just kind of crashed. So I suspect my recorder stopped working because the recorder's designed to only work with games. Oh no, the clock's still going. Okay. That was slightly unsuccessful, so what I do want to do is go back to GeoSet5. I can't. Just going to go back to GeoSet5 and just reset that. Whichever disk I changed, unknown target. There we go. It's actually a very good system, active vessel. But it didn't seem to reach out that far, so we'll try it again. But I think I'm going to try it in the next episode. Good luck.